All right, this is the monthly meeting of the Hazel Park Amateur Radio Club for March 11th, 2026. It's not the meeting. This meeting is now called to order. And the first thing, if we could just pay tribute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice
for all. Amen. And bless our troops, by the way, who are out there, the guys in the field. All right, well, today's meeting is taking place during the last quarter of the moon phase, okay? So those moon bouncers, that's where we are. We have illumination of 47%. So I guess a half moon, full moon. I'm not sure exactly how they count that, but that's where we are today.
Joe, I hate about it. I just need to get something out of the closet behind you.
Yes. Oh, please go, Randy. A round of applause for Randy, and thank you, the Hazel Park Library, giving us. We are so grateful.
You guys have been some of the best guests we've ever had, without a doubt. We have been happier to have you here, starting in COVID of all times, than anybody else. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And here's a slide here, right there.
Hey,
the Hazel Park.
hey,
and who is that guy right there in the corner? Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, hold on. All right. Yeah, there we go.
Does it affect the radio waves, what position the sun is in, relative to the moon? Like,
well, so it does. It does. Moon bouncing. We take a radio signal, we point it to the moon. The signal bounces off the moon. Now, the moon is not a very particularly good reflector, but it will work. And so on the other side of the planet, you're able to make contacts that you normally wouldn't be able to by bouncing our signals off the moon. However, I do want to say this, that in communicating with the moon, RF is not the way to do it. It's laser modulation. And I'm hoping that we can get involved in that as a club, because as the Artemis 2 project is underway and we're landing astronauts and so on, the way to talk to the moon and Mars, for that matter, is modulating a laser beam. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Okay, I hope I answered that question. All right, of course, the library. All right, and we thank the library. So I think there's audio on here, and I would like to go through this. We don't do this every meeting, but I think it's time.
The Hazel Park Amateur Radio Club is guided by a dedicated board of directors. Together, these officers ensure that meetings are conducted properly, finances and records are well managed, and members benefit from mentoring, education, and community activities. Their combined leadership keeps our club strong and active. Director, David W8HOO, our director, ensures a quorum is present at all board meetings and maintains an accurate inventory of the club's equipment. David also supports the club's mentoring program and contributes to educational activities such as antenna classes. Parliamentarian, Hugh K. Ed. Hugh KE8 Bid, our parliamentarian, makes sure club meetings run smoothly and fairly. Hugh guides us using Robert's Rules of Order and our bylaws and maintains the official handbook to ensure meetings are conducted safely, orderly, and on track. Secretary, Reuven KE38U. Reuven KEU, our club secretary, records the minutes of all meetings and maintains the official records of the club. Reuven also manages correspondence, reporting communications at meetings to keep members properly informed. Treasurer, Bob N8REL. Bob N8REL, our club treasurer, manages all club funds and maintains accurate financial records. Bob provides an itemized report of receipts and expenditures at each monthly meeting, ensuring full accountability and transparency for the membership. Second Vice President, Andrew Johnson, AJ5WX. Andrew Johnson, AJ5WX, our second Vice President, assists the President and First Vice President in their duties and helps ensure continuity in leadership. Andrew also supports the planning of programs and activities, stepping in as needed to maintain smooth operation of the club. First Vice President, Len 88FK. Len 88FK, our first Vice President, assists the President in carrying out the business of the club and presides at meetings when the President is absent. Len also coordinates programs and activities, ensuring members benefit from meaningful educational and technical opportunities. President, Joe WB8AX. Joe WB8X, our President, serves as the Chief Executive Officer of the club. Joe presides at all meetings, oversees the business and activities of the organization, and ensures that the work of the board and membership is carried out in accordance with the bylaws. The officers and directors of the Hazel Park Amateur Radio Club prepare the organization for future growth and success while upholding the traditions of amateur radio. Through their service, guidance, and dedication, we extend our thanks for their continued leadership.
Okay, very good. Now, is Jerry here? Jerry W. Oh, Jerry, you know what? I have something for you that I've been carrying around for 3 months, and I'm not kidding. First of all, I just want to say this. I want to say, when I first started many years ago, I can't even count now, Jerry was the very, very first person that I was able to interact with, and we did those classes way on the east side and the west side and all over the place.
At the Sterling Heights Jail.
The steering. That's right. We did. We did. And a round of applause. Listen.
Thank you.
Service through education. Thank you, Jerry. And thank you for everything you've done for the club and personally. So thank you. All right. All right. That was good. Next, now let's just go around real quick. You know, we used to be able to pass the microphone, but we don't do that anymore. But suppose we start in the front, we'll just give our names and our call signs so we all know who I am, who we all are, that is, and who I am is Joe, WB8ADX. And we start with Andrew.
Andrew, AJ0WX. Brisbane, Kilo Bravo C, Echo Hotel Whiskey. Vladimir, WA,
Great, no weapons.
Classic KF8U. Bill, NAQVS. Harold, KD8NXZ.
I'm Mildred, KF8FTY.
That's Mildred.
Yes.
Mike, KD8JHC. Dino, KD8CXY. Kevin, KS8KS.
Or no call sign.
Bob, WB8ATZ.
Hi, I'm Lauren Baker. I have no license.
Yeah. Mark, W8MAF.
Gary, I forgot my call.
Hold on, West, ACHJR. David. AF8FGS. Bob, N8REL. Mike, N8VDZ. Leonard, AD8FK. And Hugh, KE8BED.
And Bob.
You already said it. He already said it.
Oh, he said it. Okay, sorry, I'm behind the schedule. Okay, very good. Thank you, everybody, and thanks for being here. Oh, who's on the air here? Who's on the wire? How about Scott? I see Scott is here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Scott, N8SY.
How about Joseph?
Joseph here, Kilo Echo 8, Whiskey X-Ray Sierra.
Oh, Doreen is here. Hello, Doreen.
Hello. No video though. WB8OWE, and I'm on with WB8OWD Allen.
Excellent.
Uh-huh.
And last but not least, go ahead, John.
W8TOY, John.
Okay, then we have Marv, W5DT, right down the road there. Roy, are you there?
There we go.
Well, we know Al is there. Al?
L, K8ALH.
All right, Al, thanks for being there. And finally, Jeff Graff.
Jeff, K8 PHP.
Okay, everybody, that's the club. And we have one other late. Oh, there we go. Larry, KE8 XLA, LXA, or whatever, or something like. All right, thanks for joining us, Larry. Okay, very good. A shout out to our committee members, I should say, right? Finance and education, mentoring, our contest, field day. You know, it's time to start thinking about field day. We have a slide about that. We'll talk about that in a minute. The media group, you know, the Zero Beat and the webmaster and Ken, I don't see tonight, but good job there. The repeater committee, boy, they got their hands full. We have to start thinking about the election committee. This is serious stuff. So the election's coming up in the next month or two. So I have to get that sorted out. Bylaws and handbook, the siren check, Mike, W8 VPC, taken over from Marcia. Banquet, swap, picnic, we have away, and the holiday, well, that's another time. Now, I just want to say one thing. We have a terrific club, and this is one of the longest running clubs in the Detroit area. I think maybe not the very longest, but it's at least in number two. The point is, look, we're very focused on what we've been doing with the new repeater and the activities and getting ready for field day and all this other stuff. But we have a serious problem. The problem is we're not really looking after our membership, okay? And there's a lot of really good reasons to be a member of our club, supporting our club. We do have expenses, so on and so forth. But some of the things that the club provides is access to the DART repeaters and all the headlines now. You know, our workshop, our licensing classes, emergency communications, and so on, technical mentoring and all that. So please, if you haven't renewed lately, take a look. We have to kind of build up our momentum here. And one of the reasons is, we're trying to secure space for the repeater, right? And all that. And we want to be able to present a club where the membership is growing and we're financially secure. So please, if you haven't renewed. If you haven't joined, there's all kinds of reasons to join. Field day license classes. Oh, the holiday party, the best all year round. So give it some thought and please do that. Okay, we have a new page on our web page, and we'll go more into details later. But we have items for sale and items if you want to donate to the club, that would be very much appreciated. Of course, our license classes, they're ongoing, and give that some thought there. If you have questions, of course, contact Bob. He can answer your questions on that. Our survey, don't forget, this is our HPARC member interest survey. So if you have an interest in a particular subject or activity, let us know, and we can put it up here on the charts. So with that, I'd like to move into our feature presentation for tonight. Scott, N8SY, and Roy, W8REH. Scott, I see you're here. And
I'm here.
And Roy, and I see Roy too. I have a very little screen, don't see everybody all at the same time, but anyway, so both Scott and Roy, they're from the ARRL and the Great Lakes Division and the Great WJR, the great voice of the Great Lakes, right? So,
Yes.
so Scott, let me turn it over to you. We can hear you loud and clear. And thank you both for joining us tonight and giving our club an insight as to where we are. I don't have a separate camera for my laptop. I can't turn it around, but I'll tell you, there's about 25, 30 people here in the in the room, plus another 15 on the web. So go ahead. Thank you.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Scott Yonally, N8SY. I'm your Great Lakes Division Director. And it's great to be here tonight. Wished I could have been there in person, but unfortunately, just too many things get in the way sometimes and too many meetings. In fact, I have another meeting tonight yet to go to later on tonight. So for all of the section traffic managers. So in which I'm not a section traffic manager. However, I do attend those meetings. So, but anyway, it's great to be here and at least via Zoom, if nothing else, and show you some things about what's happening at ARRL. We'll start off with the education and training. Our Teachers Institute sessions, we've had 13 in 2025 Institute sessions. These are where we bring the teachers in from all over the country and we run them through a full week course. And at the end, they get to understand all about amateur radio and how it applies to STEM for their classes. So we did have 145 teachers attend and a 99% licensing rate. So this year, it's even going to be greater. We have 16 Teacher Institute sessions already logged, and with a hope and promise of having another 10 Institute sessions, even more this year. So that'll just depend on financial and so on. In our Teachers Institutes, the teachers pay nothing. It's zero for them. So it's all done through grants and through the graciousness of many, many people donating to it, specifically for the Teachers Institute. So it's a great thing for the teachers. And if you have a teacher, I know I had talked to Larry Camp last year about this, and I know there has been a couple of teachers up in the Michigan area that have gone through the session, and hopefully they will be soon, if not already, be bringing STEM into their classrooms along with amateur radio. For ARRL, we have a reimbursement program for youth. I know a lot of people ask us, what do we do for the youths of the nation? Well, if you're 18 years old or younger, your exam session is only $5. And so far, we've had over 500 youth candidates take advantage of that. And not only that, and this is one that a lot of folks don't know about, we not only take the $15 fee and take it down to $5, but we also pay the $35 FCC application fee. And that's done on a reimbursement program. And I can tell you, it's really, really helpful to the younger folks. And in my family in particular, we took advantage of that just this year. My granddaughter got licensed. She is KF8FJ L. I have a hard time remembering that call sign. It's a big one. So anyway, being that she was 16 years old when she took it, the exam for her to take it was $5, and I paid that, and I also paid the $35 application fee, of which she got the $35 back and purchased a radio with that $35 and a little bit more to get a nicer radio. So but she is on the air now, so that's good. We also have free student membership to ARRL. This is designed for those under 21. So if you're 21 or under, this program works for you. You get all of the benefits of any regular member except for the voting rights. Being that it's a free, we held back on the voting rights, but I will tell you, it's been a great offering that we've had. We've got lots and lots of students signed up for that. I'd like to see even twice as many more. So if you didn't know that this existed, please let your youth know about this program. It's well worth their effort to get signed up. It gets them all of the magazines, every benefit that you get, they get, like I say, except for voting. We do have an online course that we started just last year, and of which my granddaughter took. It was a live instruction for technician class, and they sent out a technician class tech book, and they sent them through a weekend course. It started on Saturday morning and went through to just about supper time on Saturday, and then started back up on Sunday morning and went through about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Of which there's been, and they had 35 sign up, and of which 35 actually did become either technician or general class license through the course. So we had a 100% passing rate, which I'm really proud of. That's great. Of which my granddaughter was one. So makes it even more interesting. Our Learning Center, we've had over 104,000 course presentations that have been viewed, with about 2,500 certificates actually issued for those courses. So very popular. Again, if this is something that you were unaware of, please take advantage of the Learning Center. There is just tons and tons and tons of stuff up there, all kinds of different presentations for you to present to your club and so on if you wish. They're great educational presentations, trust me. Okay, new products from ARRL. Those of you that didn't know, we now have a dual band handheld Yagi antenna out there. Now this is a handheld one. This was more like working, fox hunting or working the satellites or whatever. And it's really kind of a neat one. We started this project with just purchasing 250 units originally, thinking that we probably would sell slow, but would sell. And within a very short time, they sold out. So we've got 500 more coming. They should be in-house by about mid-March, which is next week. So hopefully we get them in on time. And if you're interested in having a handheld dual band Yagi and antenna, this is a great buy for you. Now, for those of you who had already purchased the end-fed antenna, you know that it goes from 40 down through 10. And a lot of people were asking and begging for us to come up with an 80 meter addition to it. And we did. And as you see here on the screen, we now have an 80 meter extension kit that you can add to that end-fed antenna. So it's really a great little kit. I think it's like $15, so it's dirt cheap and well worth its time to put it on and get the extra 80 meter band. So there you go. New books that we've introduced. If you haven't heard of Salty Walt's Portable Antenna Sketchbook, you're really missing out. This is a fun book for everybody. It was written by a guy that he has a lot of fun with amateur radio all around. It's a great book. If you don't have it in your library, I highly recommend it. It's well worth the read, trust me. We've also put out a new stealth antenna book for ham radio. This one is for those who live more in HOAs that restrict your antenna. This gives you some ideas on how to hide it and be a little stealthy with your antenna and still be able to work HF and so on in your HOA that it prohibits antennas outside. So, and we also introduced a new book called Digital Networking, that's more of a technical book for those who are into networking and that with like the mesh networks and so on. It's a good book. If you're into that kind of thing, it's excellent read, no doubt. Okay, we're going to streamline the affiliated clubs. I know you guys talked about joining and making sure that you had new members coming in and so on. As you know, this is the year of the clubs for ARRL, and we have designed and launched a new process to bring in new affiliated club applications. It's completely new. It's completely automated. and it works slick, I will tell you. Special service club applications and renewals also have a new process. It is not in the near future. We actually have initiated it just this week. So we've got it online, so which is a great thing. So if you want to kind of look around and see some of the new stuff for affiliated clubs, the website's right there, the URL for the website. It's affiliatedclubs.arrl.org. We even have a different address for it than the standard ARRL stuff. So it's all new, and let me tell you, it's really slick what our IT department has done with this. We've updated the commission structure. As some of you know, it's $20 for new members and $5 for renewals. And this is if you're into the club commission program. If you're not, I highly recommend it. This is a way for your club to earn some money and get some money for your club by doing nothing more than signing up ARRL members. So it's a great thing, I will tell you. We are, and I will also add this. This is a little piece that is not normally known. I am the chairman of the ECFSC, or the Alphabet Soup Standing Committee. It's known as the Emergency Communications and Field Services Committee. Yes, it's got a big long tail to it. We are actually looking into changing that a little bit, and I think you'll like what we're looking at. I'm just going to leave you as a teaser for that right now, but I think you'll like what we're looking to do, and I think you'll see some good things coming out of that. Okay, we also have for those who have a 70% or above ARRL membership in their club, new special badging, and it was designed specifically for this. As you see, there's one for the 70%, and there's one for 100%. And yes, we do have some clubs, quite a few actually, that are at the 100%. I don't know where Hazel Park falls, but hopefully you're somewhere between 70 and 100. If not, I strongly encourage you to get your club members involved with ARRL. I think they'll enjoy it. Volunteer Examiner Coordinator. Here's some statistics that you may not know. If you're an ARRL member, it's a free renewal option for ARRL members. If you go through W5YI, you're going to pay $80. Unless you want to navigate the FCC website yourself. I know some people who do. I do. I'm okay with it. I understand that there is a number of people that just can't figure it out, don't want to figure it out, don't want to mess with it. So they would much rather let ARRL take care of it. And for free, you can't argue that. So it's a great benefit. Now, I will say in 2025, we've had a decline in licenses issued this last year. Not only is there a decline in license issued through us, but overall in 2025, the licensings have gone down. So they're the lowest since 2011, which is somewhat disturbing, but yet understandable too. We're through COVID now, and people are getting back to their normal lives, and just getting into not really getting into amateur radio as much as they were when they had to be locked up in the house and couldn't go anywhere. So not too surprising, but the numbers are going down somewhat. Okay, here's some additional services that you may or may not know about. And in our LOTW, our stats, did you know that currently we have 2,205,213,387 QSO records within the system itself? Yep, that's 2 billion records. and growing every day. That's pretty astounding. Now, one thing that you may or may not know about Logbook of the World, it's free to anyone to use anywhere in the world. And it's a great system for logging your QSOs and getting them confirmed and so on. Many countries use this over anything else. And I know QSL cards are getting expensive, and they're expensive to send, and a number of different places are now charging kind of ridiculous and outlandish amount of money to get a QSL card from them. I heard from one gentleman the other day I was talking to him at the Cave City Hamfest in Kentucky, and he was telling me that he had made contact with one of the rare islands that they just happened to pop on at the right time, and he happened to be on, and he asked for a QSL card, and I said, "Sure, send $50 and we'll give you one." I don't think I've ever paid $50 for a QSL card in my life, and I don't think I ever will. But there you are. There are some people who have and will and that kind of thing. So, hang on here. I got Alexa talking to me. All right. Anyway, but anyway, there's over 2 billion records within the LOTW system, and like I said, growing every day. Now, for those of you who are interested in the QSLs or the QSL Card Bureau, this is actually what it looks like. It's a very small room. That little lady right there in front, she is the gal that takes care of all these. The slots that you see the cards in, each one of those slots is a different country. And what they do is when that slot fills up, that equals 10 pounds of cards, roughly give or take a few ounces here or there, but it's 10 pounds. And they're sent in 10-pound increments. So when they fill up, then they package those up and they send them to the various uh, embassies all around the world to distribute throughout. So, but that's the room itself, where it is up at headquarters. Now, our lab, if there's something that you may or may not know about the lab, if you're an ARRL member, you can call up to the lab and ask just about any technical question you may have. We actually had a gentleman that from the Great Lakes Division call up or actually write an email and said he just purchased a 7300 and didn't know how to program it and wanted to know if they would help. And sure enough, they did. They sent him all kinds of guidelines. And then from there, he even called up there a couple of times, and they got him all set up and running and everything else. So, but there's if you have questions about things or just want to talk about some technical problems that you may be having or whatever, these are the guys you want to talk to. Trust me. And that is a picture of one of the stations at the lab. Oh, social media presence. Well, of course, most of you know we're already on Facebook and X, and now we also expanded that to TikTok. So we're on all the media presence that you could ever ask for. I know the kids used to start out on Facebook. Now that's the old people's social media. They're off onto many other platforms, and we're trying to follow them as much as we can to keep them in the loop. So, but we expanded over to TikTok, so we're there now as well. Volunteer monitoring program. Well, this last year they spent on monitoring. They spent over 17,000 hours on the HF and just under $24,000 on VHF, UHF, and other frequencies that we had. They did issue 102 advisory notices. 19 good operator letters went out. Uh, Goes back to the days of the good operation green cards that the OOs used to send out. And we did have 3 referrals to the FCC for further action. And I will just comment this. Yes, the FCC, as well as the uh, volunteer monitor program, knows about 7,200. They know what's going on. And as you saw, there was some action already taken against one of the gentlemen who is out of line they've already started action, and trust me, it won't stop there. There's some more things in the works. They just like to let it build up so they have just tons and tons and tons of evidence to take to court and demonstrate to the court just how bad some of these guys really are. So I know I hate them being up there, especially when you have youth around and that kind of stuff, and you're scanning and you run across them and they start in. But trust me, they know about it and they are working diligently to correct that situation. So now the 800-pound gorilla in the room, ARES. We have approximately 24,000 ARES volunteers all over the country. Last year, they reported 48,000 nets with about 16,000 participants each month in those nets. And we ended up with about 481,000 hours reported per month. So, and that calculates out to about $17 million of volunteer time. And trust me, we use that as great documentation to Congress to show that, look, we're not just here, having a good time. We're actually giving back to our citizens and so on, and performing civic duty, back to our citizens. And we gave back $17 million. Now, I will tell you, this is not all of it. We're not capturing all of our hours. There's many hours that we need to capture that we aren't, but we're working on that as we go along. W1AW. I know I get a lot of questions about that. Okay, in 2025, we had over 400 visitors who toured W1AW and actually did some operating during field day. It was quite a thing. The top picture is, of course, the Memorial Building, which faces Main Street. As you come up or go down Main Street in Newington, which is a suburb of Hartford. It's just a little town. There's many of them around. There's another one where we meet for the board meeting, which is Windsor, which is about 12 miles away. What the building in the back there on that second picture is, that's the actual headquarters themselves. And yes, it's a two-story building. It was built back in the 1960s. The memorial building there up front, it was built in the 1930s. So you can see where we've got a lot of presence there in Newington. And I will tell you, where it sits within Newington, it's well in a community that is all houses that look just like the memorial building there. So as you go down the street, you really don't even notice it. If it wasn't for that big sign that you see me standing in front of, you'd never know that headquarters was there. The office building there sits back behind and way back behind, and this actually sits on a small hill. So you really can't see the office building from the street. So as you get down the street, all you see is a memorial building sitting there and a bunch of antennas on the left side there that, and even on the right side of the building. But I will tell you, if you're cruising down the street, you really don't pay much attention to the antennas. But the building itself is very pretty, and it fits in very, very well. So it's just one of those things. Most people don't know about or don't see the office building, but that's where all of the work for ARRL is done right there. Now, if you haven't been a part of the donation part of this, I highly recommend that you become part of the Diamond Terrace out front of the building. These are all bricks with names and so on. As you can see, even the stools all around have been dedicated to individuals and so on. Now you will, if you look near the door, and you can see on the right here, there's a blue arrow pointing downward, and that's where my brick is. So if you haven't donated to this, I highly recommend you or your club or both of you actually doing that. This contributes to many different things that ARRL does. So if you do have some, it's $250 for the brick, and that gives you, like I say, they install the brick and everything for you. So it's a great feature, and I highly recommend you doing it. If you want to do it as a club, you can. You can have your club name on there and so on, and it's a great program. So. Okay, our committee, EC and FSC, the Alphabet Soup Group. What we've done last year, we made a lot of changes and did a lot of different things. We removed the annual limit on sanctioned hamfests. That's been done. So we had a limit of two per year per club. So that's now been eliminated. We did establish a minimum eligible age for 21 for section managers. I know a lot of people didn't know this, but we did not have a minimum age for section managers before. And we've been lucky. It didn't create any problems. And we want to make sure that it doesn't in the future, too. We also created an amateur radio activity report, which is what I was talking about earlier about reporting your hours. I highly recommend going and seeing that. We rewrote the section manager workbook, which will be published here shortly. And we've done a lot of online ARRL membership verification for clubs. We have a new verification program. So if you want to check to see how many of your members are actual ARRL members, there is a way to do that. It doesn't cost you anything. It's quick and easy. You just have to have it in either an Excel or a CSV file, and it'll check it for you and tell you just how many of your members are ARRL members. Now, it does not reveal names. It does not reveal any pertinent information. It just lets you know how many are to how many aren't ARRL members. So, but it gives you an idea of where you stand. ARRIS. Now, maybe the newer ones may not know what ARRIS is. ARRIS is amateur radio on board the International Space Station. So that's what ARRIS program is all about. We actually had a recent event. It was on February 9th, was just about a month ago, over at Hilltop Elementary School in Mahoning Valley here in Ohio, in Canfield. Now Canfield sits just about between, or sits just about on the border of Pennsylvania, so it's right on the edge. But we had a lot of fun doing this. If you haven't done it, I highly recommend getting with a school and doing this program. It's not an easy program to do. It's very difficult. It takes about a year of dedication between the ham club, the school, and the school administration. So, but for those who get to do it, it's just a blast. You can't imagine what it's like to watch these kids get to talk to the astronaut live. That's something that very few people ever get to do. And I have a little story. It was similar to this school, but it was one in Southern Ohio. They had everything set up on the stage as opposed to off to the side like this one is. But so I went up and I was taking pictures and so on while all these kids, like you see in this picture up front, all these kids were starting to gather around and be seated for the event. And so they were getting ready, and it was getting close to the time that that the space shuttle or the space station was coming over. And so I stepped down off the stage, and as I started to walk through a very small, thin aisle up the center, I felt this little tug on my pant leg. So I turned around and I looked, and it was just this little kid standing there. It's just grabbing a hold of my pant leg and just shaking it. So I bent down and I said, "What can I do for you, little man?" And he goes, "Mister, do you know what I get to do today?" And I go, "No, what do you get to do today?" "I get to talk to an astronaut." And this kid, I'm not joking. This kid's eyes were this big around. I mean, he was just ecstatic that this was going to happen. And I'm holding my breath because, this is a live thing, So, and there has been times where the contact did not make for whatever reason, but so you just hope and pray that they do actually get to talk to the astronaut. And it was funny because this time it hit. But I will say, they put the call out for NA1SS, and you heard the static and nothing. And everybody's just like, and they put the call out a second time, NA1SS, and bam, NA1SS here. And everybody just lit up the room. I mean, it's just electrifying to watch this. So I know it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of dedication. But the clubs really get to show off, if you will, what amateur radio is all about, and in a very, very, very good way. I will tell you, I was in the back of the room when that little boy got to actually talk to the astronaut, and his mom happened to be standing beside me. It was just pure coincidence. And the minute he walked up to the microphone, this lady, I mean, she's got this camera with a big, huge lens on it, and she's out taking picture after picture after picture, and you could just tell, that, oh, she's just really proud of this kid, and once he got his question out and it was answered by the astronaut, you could just see on her face, and she turned and looked at me and says, "That's my boy." And I told her the story, and she goes, "Yep, that's him. That's what he would do." So, so it was really cool in a lot of different ways. So if you get the opportunity, and I know there's been there was a couple up in the Detroit area that did get to do this within the last year or so. Unfortunately, I didn't get to that one, but I will say if you get an opportunity to do this, take advantage of it. Yes, it's going to take a lot of your time, but it's well worth the investment. Trust me, it really is. I mean, even these kids in the back row back here were just electrified that they were talking to an astronaut. It was just that much. It really was. Okay, now I've rattled on for a good half an hour here. So let's time for questions. What's anybody got for questions? And there's nothing out of bounds. So anything you want to ask, feel free.
Okay, we have a question. Jerry, go ahead. I'll repeat it so we can hear.
Okay, there has been criticism of the ARRL not doing very much. Now, I have a question for you. I was on the air and I heard a station in Venezuela, and if I hear another station that has bad relations with the United States, am I supposed to report that to the State Department? I thought there was a requirement at that point, and does ARRL have anything to do with it?
Okay, were you able to hear that question?
Yeah, I think I did. And to answer that, if you have or know of a bad experience like that, that I would advise you to take to the Volunteer Monitor Program. You can write to the VM via ARRL.
That's not the question.
Hold on.
Okay.
The question is that I understand that the ARRL lobbied. There was a requirement that if we made a contact with a hostile nation, we were supposed to report it. And I think we were made exempt strictly because the ARRL talked to the government.
Right. So the question is in this particular case, Venezuela, although it's not
what I'm trying to do is
yeah.
praise the ARRL because they talked to the government and got some requirements waived for hams. This is something that I just was made aware of. What is it? That ham radio 2.0
right
had a little program about that. And I'm glad that there's a lot of criticism over the years with the ARRL. I've been a member for many years, and I'm continuing to be a member because they're our only voice.
Right, exactly. Let's see. Can you, Scott, you want to address, first of all, did you hear the question? And
Okay. No, I don't think I understood it. So if you would explain it.
well, it wasn't really a question. I think it was raising a good point on how the ARRL really has been representing amateur radio operators around the world, but in particular during these very uncertain times with all the news that's been going on, representing the amateur radio operators in the United States and promoting contacts with those in those nations where there's a controversy and the difficulty. And I think that's a good, Jerry, it's a feather in the cap of the ARRL for all the good work that they've done.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I get what the gist of that was now. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
And yes, hopefully, during these kind of times where, yes, I know it's an undeclared war, but essentially we are at a problem area. And so we're going to be in contact with countries that may not or may have some hostilities and so on. So if you do run into any kind of situation, yes, you want to report that.
Right. Okay. Hold on just a minute. Mike, first your head or hand up first, and then we'll go to
I'm gonna come up by the microphone.
oh,
That
coming
would
up
be
by the
easier on
microphone
you,
here.
Joe.
Now here's
Okay.
a guy who knows audio.
Oh, there you go.
All
Hey,
right, go ahead.
Good evening.
So the ARRL has three, I'm into your courses. There's three courses you offer: the basic ecom, intermediate ecom, and advanced ecom.
Mhm.
When I go to the advanced ecom, it says on hold till further notice, and it's been that
Right.
way for a while.
Yes.
Can you give me anything on that? Is that going to change soon? That's part of our credentialing process.
Okay. Yes, it's on
you,
hold.
Mike.
As you well know, our field services manager retired, and instead of hiring, and this goes to some other issues about why dues had to be raised and so on, we combined it with the ARES program. So now our director for emergency management is also the field services manager, combining the two departments. So in order to bring the workload down for him somewhat, since we also had another retirement in the field services department, we decided to put that program on hold. Now, when that will be, it's still got a long ways to go. So I wouldn't look forward to seeing that anytime in the near future. The two programs that we have will probably be the only two programs for quite some time.
Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you, Scott. All right, another question. Mike, go ahead.
Mark. The question I have is dealing with 60 meters. There's been a lot of changes recently. Where like the FT8 sub-band is now down to 9.1 watts EIRP from 100. And there's been some openings. Is there going to be a new band plan, suggested band plan put out soon with powers in the different sections, since it changes depending on what frequencies you're operating in there?
Actually, yes. I don't have it yet, but as I was told, it's in the March issue of QST.
I'll have to look for it then.
Yeah. So if it's not there, it'll be in April's for sure. But I was told at the Hamfest the other day that I was at that it actually, the new band plan for that is already published. Because they had been publishing the 8.5 by 11 sheet in the QST, and I guess the new one is out now with that. Unfortunately, I don't have any right now. We still are giving out the old ones, and hopefully we'll get the new ones here shortly.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? I have a question. So
Sure.
what can the ARRL say about the upcoming, well, it's not upcoming, but in June, in Ohio, the big Ham Fest going on there. Any plans or anything, any surprises you might want to
Oh, you mean May?
tell us about and encourage our members? May,
Yeah,
sorry,
May,
May.
yeah.
Yeah, June is right. I know. June is the other one. Yeah. Anyway, anything to say about that?
Okay. Yes, we have a full day of forums that we will be doing. And we have a booth there with the field services. We will be connected with field services. So the Great Lakes Division will be well represented with the section manager from Michigan, the section manager from Ohio, and the section manager from Kentucky. So you'll get to meet us all if you wish. But we'll be there, and I know that I haven't seen the layout yet, but I do believe we'll still be in building 2. I think that was called the Tesla building, if I remember right. We'll be in building 2, and along that front wall is where we were and have been. So I would imagine that's where we'll be. But I do know there's going to be a whole day's worth of forums going on with students and so on. So you name it, and we'll be doing it most likely.
All right. All right. Any other questions? Going once, going twice? Well, Scott, thank you so much for
well,
joining
thank
us
you.
today. And a round of applause.
Thank you. I appreciate
There we
that.
go. Thanks again for all the good work you do in the ARRL and everyone who's associated with that. It's a great organization and represents amateur radio operators.
Well, just so all of you guys know, yeah, I'm a Buckeye true and true.
Okay.
But I will tell you, in all honesty.
Oh,
well, there you go.
Yeah, we were married in Adrian, Michigan.
Oh, not far from Ann Arbor. All right.
Yeah.
Not too far from here either. Very nice. Very, very nice. Well, great.
So I do have
great.
some Michigan blood in me. How's that?
All right. All right. Well, come and visit soon.
Okay,
right.
we'll do.
Scott, thank you very much. Take care. You're welcome to stay on, by the way. Okay. But we're going to move on to some club business here, and thanks again. All righty. Okay. Now, there we go. All right. Let me get myself back here. Tell me, you should see it now.
Just like a pro.
All right. Well, and that's there we go. Now let me just get my cursor in the right place here. Okay, very excellent. All right. All right, now I know where we are. Perfect. Okay. So next. All right. So we want to talk business here for a minute, and we'll ask Bob to say a few words. Seriously though, good point, folks. We got to kind of bolster up our forces here. So Bob will tell us all about it. Go ahead, Bob. And I think I have the right one, right? Just a second. Like that. I have that one.
Yeah, that one.
This one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Is that a good one?
Yeah,
I got them both.
because really, for the month of February, we had very little actual activity. We had a couple of renewals, and then the only thing we really spent is the money on the phone line for the repeater, and then the website, and that was it. For the year, we're running actually better because we're spending less than we expected, but we are also getting less in membership renewals. So that's something that's troubling at this point. But that's it. So at the moment, as of February 28th, we still had $12,194 in the bank. Of that, about a little over 7,500 of that is from the repeater grant. So our actual operating cash in that was about $4,500. And that's about it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, also for education, we are still looking for new instructors, especially for
our general class, which will be starting up in September. And really, I'd like to have another one for the tech class also. But,
And the extra class too would
oh,
be nice.
And the extra class.
That would be nice.
Well, you know what? We're all kind of getting older, so. Anyway, so that's that.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah, see me if you are able to volunteer for the, especially the general class, which will be, again, starting up next September. The class is one night a week. You do it on Zoom, so you can do it from home. It's real convenient. And the general class material is very interesting stuff, and it's fun to work with. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Thank you very much. And that's really true. Service through education. That's the motto of the club. And it's a great experience, and it's good both for the learners and for the learnee, I guess, or the instructor. So think about that. And even, you don't have to lead a class, but you can be like in sportscast, they call it the color person, the person who adds all the interesting sidebars and facts about that. So think about that. So that's a good thing. All right. Mentoring. Do we have anything to say about mentoring?
Well, we're having a good time. Having all the fun myself, I guess. And it's probably my fault for not sharing it. When I can, I try to put people together. We do have some new people here. Margaret Mildred. Boy, sorry about it, Mildred. And give us your call sign.
Yes, KF8FGY.
She had to check. You see that?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
And we have
So did Jerry, though.
First, I know we went through once before, but introduce yourself again.
Again, my name is David. My call sign is KF8FGS.
FGS, all right.
What's your handle on that call sign?
It's finding good signal.
There you go. That works out really well.
FGS, FGY,
Yeah.
okay.
Another one just came in tonight and she just paid her dues. Shiva, we met her at field day. Summer, you guys met her at field day and she really enjoyed herself. She spent about 8-10 hours in it.
Wow.
See her come out. Very cool.
She was in one of the blue ribbon classes I taught back around, 2017? Yeah.
All right. Wow.
She
See?
was on the radio Sunday night. She checked in to both the round table and also on our 9 o'clock net.
Excellent.
One more thing, we need a in-connector 90-degree adapter for the repeater. If somebody has one that they like to donate, or we'll even buy it, because we gotta buy it from somebody, we could use a 90-degree end connector adapter going back and repeater.
So it's
Preferably not nickel-plated, preferably silver. Yeah, but we have the right to reject it. No, both end connectors.
Not me, but one is male at the end, one is female. They both male or
No,
both
we're gonna
female?
put the cable, both female.
We want female on both ends?
ooh.
No,
I'm not sure.
And to BL 59?
no.
It's an N all the way through, but.
And if you have to.
I just want to make sure you're talking about female at one end and male at the other, or?
Two sides are different, because it'll be going from the solar. You're right.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Hope I didn't get confused. If they have some end connectors, we'll be glad to go through them and pick out if you either donate it or sell it to us, because we gotta buy it from somebody. Joe?
Absolutely. So that's great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Len, and great to hear you on the air. And yes, indeed. So there we have it. Speaking of mentoring, I do want to say, don't forget, it's not too early to start thinking about field day, okay? 15 weeks and 3 days from now was field day. So let's think about it. And as we approach field day, also think about CW, practicing CW, doing the best that we can. We can get a few operators there. I'll say this, for myself, I learned it. I was like 14 years old, and I've known it my whole life. And it's one of those things that it doesn't go away once you learn it. But one of the things that I really found as we transitioned from pencil and paper to computers and laptops and keyboards is by practicing CW on the keyboard, it has really improved my keyboard speed to the point where I can now type faster than well, not faster, but maybe as almost as fast as I can think. So it's amazing hobby, but it's also good as we age to keep our brains kind of working there. So if you get a chance, W1AW, we heard about that. They have their broadcast, and if you don't hear their broadcast, you can always go online and get the recorded playback message, the playback sequences from W1AW at the ARRL website. So anyway, so keep that in mind there. What do we have next? Oh, we just want to say a big thank you to all the users of the Dart repeater, right? The Dart repeaters, by the way, there's more than one Dart. There's two Darts, VHF and UHF, okay? And what? Anyway, okay. So anyway, for all the folks who are on it many times over and monitoring it, remember the Dart is one of the, I don't know if it's the very first, but it's one of the first. It's a great asset to the amateur radio community in southeastern Michigan. Speaking of a great asset in southeastern Michigan, these folks here that you see on the screen who've been working on building our new repeater, you know, we got the grant from the ARDC, the Amateur Radio Digital Communications Group. So we got the grant. We're building it through the generosity of time and effort and many things. So we're very grateful for the folks here who are making that happen. And hopefully one day we'll get it up and running. Len.
I sent you a picture of the repeater after we rearranged it.
Oh, right.
I was a little low on time. But we may be able to post it on the website, possibly.
Great.
We'll try to keep people up to date there. Andrew came over Saturday and rearranged it, and I think it's a lot better setup. It's a lower center of gravity and more functional the way things work together. And we have more room for the computer control that goes in there too.
Oh, great. Okay. All right. So we got the rack. The rack's laid out, the equipment's in it for the most part, most of the equipment. And it's a much more easier accessibility to those things that need their buttons pushed there. So great. Well, thanks, Len, and thanks for helping on what you do there. All right, Andrew, you have any updates or anything to say about
we got the All-Star node all set up. It's pretty much ready to go.
the All-Star node? Okay, so we're making progress on the All-Star node. A little bit different. You know, we had an analog voter that because currently we have 2 remote sites. We had at one point we had up to 4 remote sites, plus the main site. That'd be 5 receivers. But so the question is, well, how do you select the best sounding signal from the best receiver? And we did it the old-fashioned way for many years. And Andrew's helping get us plugged into using All-Star as the voter, and there's other features that go along with that, I understand. So
yeah, it's like a link, so you could link any node to any other node. And
great.
then, you could do all the announcements and everything.
Right.
Linking, all that.
All right. And you know what? As long as we're talking about the repeater, I just want to say one thing. I think it's with all that's going on in the news, and there's a lot going on. I think let's take a look at at each of our stations. Make sure that we have power, we have the necessities that we need. You know, there's a lot of talk. Well, electricity, we've made it through all the electrical outages in the last year or so. But the internet, very well. I mean, it's not a matter of if, it's really when. And that's where amateur radio is really going to help, especially now that a lot of telephone traffic is over the internet as well. So if we could take some time now, make sure our batteries are charged and are working and up to speed. Hopefully, it's a good check. Get ready for field day, but we're going to get ready for field day a little bit earlier this year, just so that we're there in case it's needed. All right, and I might add, check the Zero Beat for a checklist. There's a checklist in the Zero Beat this month of items that you can check to make sure that your station is up to snuff in terms of emergency operation. All right, what's next? Okay, well, so in the, we would like very much to get some of the things you see on the screen here that are specific to our club. We have jackets and T-shirts and hats and cups and all that sort of stuff. So if there's any interest, we are looking for someone to help us organize that and so on. These are some examples of what we've done in the past, and it's good to be able to wear our fly our flag, if you will. Along with that, so we have a new webpage. Ken has been organizing our webpage, so we have a new department there, and it's items for sale. We have these items for sale. And I'll just quickly zip through a few of them so you can see what we're talking about. But if you have something to sell or you're interested in buying a transceiver or a matching system or whatever it might be, take a look and see what we have. So we do have a current, well, I don't know that this is really for sale. This is really a piece of historic significance here. This is a half-wave rectifier. Okay, so a half-wave rectifier, but back from there was a date on this, and I don't see it right offhand, but it was not manufactured recently, as you can see. So anyway, so we have that. But seriously, so we do have Mike WD8S has a Yaesu DX3000. In addition to an ICOM's IC746 is up on the auction block there, and an IC751, and also a Motorola MW810 mobile workstation too. So you're interested. The others were from Mike, the WD8S, and then contact Andrew if any of those are of interest. 20 of them. All right. So there's bulk discounts, I'm sure. Anyway, okay. In addition, we've got a couple of handhelds that are in there, and so on. So that's some of the things that we have there. These are the headsets that go with that. Also, a very special thank you to John WATOY, who has been diligently recording our meetings and our roundtables, and has been posting them on the YouTube web page that you see here. So if you're interested in what happened at a meeting or some other event, let's we can check that out. Okay, then finally, well, yeah. All right. One other thing. So Mike, W8VPC, who's not here tonight, but so he took over from Marcia there, helping with the siren testing. And you think, why do we need sirens? Everybody's got a cell phone, right? Well, you know what? Not so. I tell you, it's still a mainstay of important of communicating to our community when there's a danger. And so as part of this, our club, what we want to do is work with Mike to help organize, we every the first Saturday of the month, and they get assigned
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday?
Yeah.
That's different. Okay.
For severe weather.
Oh, that's right, Mark. Okay, right. So we're starting up again spring. It is spring 2026. This coming Wednesday is a siren test. So if you can, you want to go for a little drive, explore the neighborhood, that's a good activity. Another good activity, by the way, if you happen to be particularly hungry for breakfast, I might say you might want to come by the Cozy Cabin, where we meet. We have a great group of folks there at the Cozy Cabin. I'd say 15, 20. We put the tables together. It's terrific. So Saturday mornings, for those who can do that on a Saturday morning, that's a good activity there. All right. Well, now, if you have any questions or comments or things you might want to say, this would be a good time to say it. Yes, go ahead.
Scott mentioned percentages of different radio clubs who are members of the ARRL.
Right.
Any idea what HP, ARC's percentages who are ARR members?
Well, as soon as he said that, I looked over at Reuven, who like looked back at me and like, that's a great question. You know what? I don't know.
Really, that's my job.
It probably is. So I don't have good numbers right now because how about a show of hands?
Yeah, show of hands. How many? Oh, look at that.
Pretty good.
All right.
I'm sure we're 70%.
Got a few online people.
Oh, and online, and folks online as well.
Yeah. So when this month is when I tended. I have been given the annual update to the ARRL. And you'll give them the number of members, and you give them the number of members that are ARRL members. And I'm looking at that question, I was like, I really don't know, because I mean, I would get from Len, or I don't know who, but people, when they sign up for our club, they say, we ask, are you a member of the ARRL? But at no point do we, when renewing, do we ask, hey, do you renew your ARRL membership? So when the number was 60, as of like 2 years ago, and I left that number there as the number of club members who are ARRL members. It might be higher, might be lower. We don't have.
Is it 60 members or 60%?
It was 60 members of about 100 members, so it's about 60% also.
If you renew your ARR membership through the club, you do get a little kickback.
Oh, that is so right. Everybody understand what Len said? If you renew or join.
Any one of the board members will do it to Bob, so.
Excellent. Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, a suggestion might be, kind of float the renewal dates of everybody so that they coincide with the same month as their ARRL, let the club handle both simultaneously. So I'm renewing with the club and with ARRL at the same time.
Oh, that is a great idea.
It's a nice idea. I know that there's some.
It's more work for you.
It would be for Len, but I think that there's some club members who are not interested in being ARRL members.
Right.
I don't want to.
It just makes it
get
easier
into
for those
politics.
that want to do it simultaneously. If they don't want to, they'll just pay for the club.
Yeah.
Right. But the ARRL is a strong supporter.
Uh,
I forget to go through you guys for it because it comes up at a different time. So I
Yeah.
get this thing in the mail and I just send it off.
The other thing that I didn't know, we got an email from someone who renewed, I forget who it was, who renewed and said, oh, the ARRL doesn't have the renewal. It's a little like, do it at like 2 months in advance or so, because it just takes a while it has to go through the mail. There's no online portal for us. Bob has to collect them, mail it to the ARRL, and the postal service is not terribly fast these days. So just do it a little in advance. Otherwise, you might have some time in between.
So this is a little pushback to the ARRL. Could we have them on their renewal fees, put a box in there that you could indicate your affiliated club membership, and then push it on them and they just send the money?
Oh, wow.
I love that idea.
Wow.
On the HPARC membership form,
Right.
it asks if you are a member of this or that, or this or that. One of the thises is, are you an ARRL member?
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's right.
There is a box to check.
Yeah.
It's on the renewals that they're having issue with.
keeping up with people as they renew later.
For like me, I joined the club and then 3 months later, I joined ARRL. My box said no.
But you are a member. Yeah. Go
Yep.
ahead. Oh, I thought somebody was
So
calling.
usually yeah, it's okay. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry to get everybody all scared up here. Usually when you get into a club, you want to know what the ARRL is. You want to kind of promote it, kind of open up and say, hey, this is what we promote as a safe bet for our bands, for our community, and for the hobby itself. And I think that is nice to have. Maybe we should have a question almost every 6 months. Have you decided to be a part of the ARRL? Have you decided to do any type of publications or any like webcasting or whatever? That would be something that would be beneficial not only to the club, but also to everybody else.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that, Joseph. Thank you. All right. One other call. Go ahead, Jerry.
Public service announcement. I got a call from someone who passed their extra class exam. And they said they're trying to clear their bookshelf. And they have a bunch of a study guide that they'd like to give to somebody. So if you want to see me, if anyone is interested, see me, I'll give you the particulars. You contact them.
Oh, that'd be great. That would be great, Len. So what Jerry is saying is that a number of folks who have passed their tests have study material.
Just one person.
One person, but there's lots of study material.
We've got several others as well, so we're trying to make some space in our shack.
Right.
For that, and I pass it out when the time comes.
Okay, terrific. So if you're in need of study material, let us know, and Jerry or Len or any of us we can get word down.
Hey, Joe?
Yes, go ahead, John.
Doreen online has a question about how she can pay dues if she can't get to a meeting, and also is there a different price for family membership and things like that? Maybe explain how to get to the website or something like that.
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
I had a slide about that.
You can pay on PayPal, just it's not on the website anymore.
What is
because it's
this?
being abused by hackers on the website.
Well,
So I think the club can take PayPal to, Bob, I don't know which email address it's set up as, but the club can get PayPal if you just use it directly. I think a check is preferable a little bit because PayPal, especially with the credit card, takes a cut.
Has that changed in the last month? Like, has anyone checked it? When I tried to join online, there's like this error code that comes up that says there's no like payment method.
Yeah, that's
on this website. You can't like submit your form.
And that's one of the reasons I think that membership dues are down too. I don't know. How do we fix that?
I never heard back from anybody.
Well,
Yeah, well, we have to fix that. I mean, I think at this point, maybe we could turn back on the form. It was turned off because literally someone was trying credit card numbers on there, just, they were all failing, but they were repeatedly trying and trying, so, yeah, that was what we were dealing with in, I think it was December when we turned it off.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the last.
yeah.
Within a week and a half, we had 150 of these bogus hits to our applications. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah,
Joe?
go ahead, John. Yeah.
Everybody else's voices are a little weak online. I'm not sure how much Doreen is picking up. I know I'm not picking up a lot. So if you could summarize how she can pay and also whether individual or family memberships, your voice is the one that comes through the best.
All right. Okay.
Hi, Doreen.
Yeah. Absolutely. So what we're talking about here is we have the online, the method for online payment. You can click and it all is it PayPal or whatever.
It was PayPal, but that has been turned off.
It was PayPal, but it had to be turned off because there was all kinds of mischief going on. But that was a while ago. So I think We're gonna investigate that, and I don't even, maybe, is that David? Who would even know how to do that?
It was Mike who helped.
Oh, Mike, KAWU. All right, so leave that with us.
Ken how to do it though.
Ken's the one that's.
Yeah, so Ken's the one you want to talk to.
Ken, okay, great. So we'll get with Ken and we'll see if we can get that back up and running. I mean, that's step one to get the membership back up to speed there.
So what do you want Doreen to do?
So,
Snail mail.
Someone to mail it to?
so hold on.
Yeah,
What
we
do
have a
what do-
PO box.
Mail.
Oh, you
Snail
mean
mail.
in the mailbox, U.S. Postal Service. Okay, so let's do it by mail for now, but let's make a commitment to ourselves to get that fixed within the next week or two.
Give the
So
PO
it's not as
box.
cumbersome. But it's it's a post office box something. 851, post office box 851, Hazel Park, Michigan.
48030.
48030.
Thanks.
So you- Yes, sir.
Could HVAC create a Zell address?
Create a,
Zell address.
oh, now there's an interesting idea. All right, well, we'll talk about that. That would certainly be helpful too. Yeah.
The PO
That's
box would be the simplest right
Makes
now.
it easy. Yeah. Okay.
The PO box would be the simplest right now, Joe.
PO box for right now to make sure it happens. And
How much?
our technical wizards will figure out how to make all the other bells and whistles work.
And Lynn's
John,
got the
how
key.
much?
How much?
Oh, how much? How much?
$30 individual, 40.
It is $30 for an individual.
Oh, 30.
30. I said 30, right? Did I say 30?
No.
$30 for
40 for a family.
and 40 for a family. I guess that's two or more.
Yeah.
2-minute warning.
All right, we have the 2-minute warning here. We got chairs to pick
Thanks,
up
Jeff.
and people to talk to and things to do. So one more question, hold on, from our esteemed colleague there.
So I just wanted to tell people that this Sunday in Toledo is the TMRA Ham Fest. It's probably larger than any ham fest in Michigan. It's an Owens
What's your radio?
College, 2 miles off I-75.
But I would.
Over an hour to get there here.
Where is it again?
Owens Community College in Perrysburg, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
It's a good ham fest. It's not that far away.
Great. Thank you. All right, I'll say 73s.